So there we go, good game. Was not so sure about it at the start. Let's keep this roll going and see how we can do. Probably got maybe another half hour or so that we can stream for. So let's keep this rolling and see if we can get ourselves up. If I can get up to rank 14 or something, that would be wonderful. And then maybe we can do a fun Heroes of the Storm or League of Legends at the end.
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Your soul shall be mine!
You asked for it.
Okie dokie, so what do we have here? We are playing a Warlock. I've got lots of combos there. I like having Duplicate in the early game. Undertaker is good, but I don't have the Death Rattles. I'm going to keep Frostbolts. I'm going to drop Duplicate. Reason for that is I just don't know if he's playing a Zoo, and if he's playing a Zoo, I want the early game control, and you know what? Undertaker, 2 Frostbolts and a Sylvanas. What's the highest rank you've gotten so far? Sharkat. Being honest, I've got to rank 4, and generally at the end of various seasons, I've not. I've either got to sort of rank 4 right at the end of a season, and therefore, or 5 or things like that. I've not been able to sort of properly sit down and put the time in. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that if I put the time in, I'm going to get Legend at all. But generally, when you get to rank 5 or rank 4 and you lose your win bonus for consecutive wins, that's when you need to just sit down and invest some time, if that makes sense. And sneaking in, and you know, by investing time, you can sort of, hang on, I've lost my words. To rank 5 to Legend, you want to be able to sit down for like a few longer sessions. I think if you play the odd game here and the odd game there, it's kind of hard to get into a tempo, into a rhythm, get used to the metagame. So that's what I kind of want to try and do. So if I get to rank 5 by the end of next week, then I will put in a proper effort for Legend. I'd love to do it. Okay, I'm going to undertake. I'm then going to remove that Young Priestess. I know that I can remove Knife Juggler.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Ooh, Knife Juggler's suddenly becoming big and nasty. 4/4 Knife Juggler, you don't see that every day.
Why do you call?
Cheap chip damage from Knife Juggler as well. He's just swinging it, so the Zoo going good so far. I've got Sylvanas to tweak the tempo. Now, do I duplicate or do I arcane? Challenge, I cannot, of course, remove. Mirror Entity. I'm going to actually drop a Mirror Entity because I need to start fighting back against thems. Flame Strike will even the board for me if I get to turn 4. I need to stay alive till then. This Zoo is going off crazy. I can Sylvanas. There we go. I can grab my own Cleric as well, meaning at least I can remove the tank. But he's rushing in. Am I going to live until turn 6 or turn 7?
You shall not pass.
So if I can live until that time, then that'll be good. Right, Kirin Tor Mage. I can get a duplicate to play for free. I can remove 2 tanks. But I cannot remove the big hitting minions. If he has a charging minion, which he'll probably go for... Okay, my friend in minion dies, put 2 copies into hand. I'm going to go for the Shattered Sun Cleric with that play. Now, what can I remove? I can remove this. Next turn, I'm going to take 11 damage. I've got 14 on the table. I could have dropped it down to 13. Okay, so... and that's a misplay because I should have done the 1 damage against the thing that can hit me back. It's going to be tough for me to survive. Maybe this is where our win ends. What does he have in his hand? 2 damage left. There you go. We got Zooed. So how could we be unzooed there? Well, we had the cards, if we got to those turns, to be able to push through for the win. I think the challenge was that in terms of our early game selection, we pushed enough. So he built up the board and we had no way of getting back. I went very aggressive with my Frostbolt control.
Jaina
Hey, another warrior.
Verash.
I like the thought of another warrior.
Victory or death!
You asked for it.
Cheeky check of work email. Of course, we are on a lunch break for lunchtime stream goodness, but you know how it is. Rook never sleeps. Okay, right, against a warrior. Counterspell, okay. Mad Scientist will let us grab a secret from the deck, so I'm going to toss back Counterspell and hopefully grab an early game drop. Kirintor Mage, okay, well if I draw a secret, that's fine.
Job done.
Instead of swear word happens, zoo happens. I think maybe that's going to be one of our phrases. It's okay. There are plenty more kill streaks where that came from. We can grab it back.
It's time.
Ooh, and a Murny Berserker. That is a target for a Frostbolt if ever I saw one. Don't want that to be getting big and ugly and doing us lots of damage. Righty then. Frostbolt. I'm just quite happy with Frostbolt off the table right now before it gets a threat. Right here, right now. Gone. Done. Next. Welcome if you're just joining us, you're finding us laddering and learning and having some fun with a Mage Secrets and Deathrattle deck that's been doing the rounds recently. And we are just seeing, okay, well, I cannot remove that. Fairy Dragon, very annoying. I don't want to be wasting the Kirintor Mage's secret ability, so for a 3-drop, Mad Scientist can fish us a secret, and then the Mana Worm will buff up more attack for every spell that we throw down. So, seems like a reasonable play at that point. And we still don't know. The very fact that he's got a Fairy Dragon makes me suspect as to whether this is a weapons or maybe a bit more of an aggressive warrior deck. There we go, Shield Slam, fishes a secret for me. So far, so standard. But what have we got as our secret? We've got a Counterspell. Okay. Oh, 2 Kirintor Mages. I might just have to throw down one of those on if I throw one of those as a body, then it will just get traded away. When your opponent casts a spell, then counter. He will or may throw down spells. It is a waste if I play the Kirintor Mage, and of course I don't use that battle cry, but I'm actually going to try, this is an experiment, I'm going to try throwing it down because he may just trade the Fairy Dragon for it. There are plenty of warrior spells that will remove it. And he's gone for the trade. I actually don't mind that too much, because if I get into the late game, it's harder to play Kirintor Mages a little bit, and then also by that stage, if he's got control of the table, or the opponent's got control of the table, it's not quite so advantageous. Okay, I've got a Frostbolt. I can probably still hang on to my Kirintor Mage. So I'm going to just please. I am feeding cards, of course, which is not ideal, but at some point that Loot Hoarder will have to die, and I don't have silences. Okie dokie, so we are back in play. Sylvanas, well, there's nothing that Sylvanas is going to rob. He has an Arcanite Reaper down. Sylvanas will die. Ergo, let's go for a Sludge Belcher. If there was something that I wanted to nick on the table, maybe I would have thrown down Sylvanas. Dread Corsair, nice play, because of course that's free due to the fact that it costs 1 less mana per attack of the weapon. Of course, the Arcanite Reaper, we definitely know we're playing an arms, weapons, warrior type job. Still 6 mana. Bloodcell Raider, yep, 100%. Right, Sylvanas is definitely going down now. Or actually, I can Flame Strike. I'm going to Flame Strike. Yeah, I think the Flame Strike is a good option. Of course, the only one Flame Strike in our deck, so if he floods the table with minions, you can see there just some nice synergy in the Arms Warrior. If you've never played an Arms Stroke Weapons Pirates Warrior, all of the cards that he was playing benefited from the fact that he had a weapon in his hand. So a free tank in the Dread Corsair, the Bloodcell Raider, which got additional attack for every attack that you had in your weapon, and similar. I don't really want 2 counter spells. Now, do I Belcher or do I Sylvanas? Well, I can actually get 3 cards down on the table if I do this. So
I can't do that.
I can't, of
do
course.
that.
Ah,
I
forgot.
can't do that.
That's a FailCraft fail. You can't have 2 counter spells, 2 of the same secret down. Silly me. You can tell it's been a while since I played a secret deck. Well, you have the privilege of learning from my mistakes there. I say privilege, I mean sort of a dubious honour. And of course, do recognise that when this dies, it's going to wipe everything on my side of the table. Because he's going to do 2 damage because he's an abomination. Abomination, unless I can silence or remove him in another fashion. Let's clear the table. For Dalaran. Gosh. Sylvanas hits the deck.
I have no time for games.
Hopefully that will dissuade him from playing a few things. We're getting into the late game now, so really I need Kel'Thuzad to start my Deathrattle going. Miax, welcome Miax. Miax, please. Welcome Miax, please. Hope you're well and good. You're into the midst of some laddering and learning and failing on my part. But it's all good fun. We're taking like a Deathrattle-y, secret-y mage type deck that's been doing the rounds and having a lot of fun recently. So our warrior, what is he going to be, or she going to be going for? Well, another fairy dragon, causing some problems. Swing to the face, okay. No real spells going down, so if it's an arms warrior, he'll probably have some spells that will cause me some problems in the later game. So, am I just going to do this? I'm just going to do this.
Let none survive.
Oof. Look at that. Combo! 18 damage in 1 turn. He doesn't know what I have.
Chief!
Kor'kron Elite charges in, and then nice timing, of course, meaning that I don't steal anything because there's nothing on the table for me to steal with Sylvanas. So. Okay, Demolisher of all things goes down. Well, that will do some damage, certainly. Not actually the most awful card against rushes. And this is annoying now because, look, I'm kind of sitting here tapping my thumbs. I don't have a Kel'Thuzad. I'm waiting for my... Ooh, scar, how goes? YOLO. Hey, Fico. If you say swag, then I must say YOLO. I'm not going to be happy about it, but I'll say it nonetheless. Hope all's good, and welcome on in. And that's a horrible combo. Blood Bubble has come out, so I can Mana Worm. What have I got? Well, I can counter spells if he does Fatal, and now suddenly we've gone from being right in play to almost being on the back foot. You can get back above rank 19. You should have seen. I'm going to stick it on YouTube later, and I'll share it for your comedy. But you can basically reassure yourself with the fact that it can't get much worse. However bad, if you're sitting in a ladder and you lose a game and you think, "Oh no, this is terrible," it can't get much worse than the epic mistake I made with the Sylvanas Windrunner earlier. I'm not going to say any more. You'll just have to watch it for yourself and just sit there and facepalm. There you go. Suddenly, you can see how strong and effective Arms Warrior can be. We played Arms and Pirate Warriors before. And this looks as though we're up the creek. To put define a point in it. Yep, that is game. So well played. Oh. Drop down again. Okay, right. Let's try and get ourselves up. We'll give ourselves till about maybe, I don't know, we can do till 1:15. So there actually we saw how Pirate Warrior, how sort of Arms or Pirate Warrior or Weapon Warrior, whatever you want to call it, can be really, really effective. It tends to struggle a bit higher up the ladder from the last time that I was up there.
Victory or death!
You asked for it.
The the Weapon Warrior, the Arms Warrior, it's fun to play. It's actually not too expensive as well, so I thoroughly recommend it. We've got an old one kicking around. Of course, they will always change. It was a pre-Nexa Amazon I think we've got on YouTube. But good fun and pretty cheap to make, and can certainly do very well. Someone has Legend with it. You know, there's always a deck in Hearthstone that gets to Legend or is part of a Legend winning run. So adding it into your armory and enjoying it is fun. The pirates really do nicely. And swinging in with an Arcanite Reaper and Gorehowl and all that nastiness, you can, as you just saw against us, cause no end of problems. So it's interesting, we're coming across a few more warriors after the Hunters and Paladin siege the zoos as well. Coin, turn 2, Fairy Dragon, there we go. I don't know, I've forgot to remember the name of our last opponent, so I hope that we're not just playing the same person again. I'm not going to Blood Mage, I'm going to offer a trade. I get a secret for free, unless he silences, or, you know, he might decide that he wants to attack to the face, in which case I don't mind that trade too. I'll get down a Loot Hoarder, draw a card, next go, got a Frostbolt, freezing, and of course I did not see my Water Elementals last turn. Now against a weapon deck, as we saw, to great effectiveness, you want to be trying to freeze. Okay, you can lose me if you like. Now, out of these two, one I can target with spells, one I cannot target with spells. So for that reason, I'm going to get down Loot Hoarder. And then the obvious trade is to me to take out the one that I can't do with my Frostbolt later. And we've grabbed a Duplicate. That is interesting, because I'm guessing maybe he may offer a trade, but no, he's just going to rush for the face. And you can tell that, as if you'd recognise a control warrior, but obviously for the early game play, if you want to try and roughly guess that your opponent is playing, whether they're playing control or whether they're playing an arms warrior, naturally the arms warrior, pirate warrior, weapons warrior, whatever you like to call it, will play a lot more early rushing game cards, and you'll see a lot more aggression in the early game. Whereas the control warrior will probably try and not be so aggressive in the early game. Nice shield slam, removing Ice Elemental, but Duplicate comes into play, and suddenly I can throw another 2 of those into my hand. We have a nasty rush coming down. So I know that he's weapons warrioring, so I'm going to get these Water Elementals down. If I play 3 of these in a row and I can keep him frozen, I'm totally happy with that. Not only does it give him a horrible threat to control, but the 6 health of the Water Elemental, sorry if that's a loud clicking in your ears, but just a little bit of emphasis. That 6 health is so strong. I want to welcome to Krishka as well, join us. You find us in the midst of some play and learning. We're only rank 18 or so, but we're just enjoying a sort of Deathrattle Mage Secrets deck that's been doing the rounds. Oh, that was a total accident play. It's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to drop another Water Elemental, but we'll make the most of it. And you know what? I'm going to have 3 Water Elementals in play, and that is just going to be nasty. But the Water Elemental, as I was sort of going on about my massive clicking, such a strong basic card, really strong. If you play remember that the first deck you play in Hearthstone through the tutorial is Mage. So if you're a new player, play your Mage to rank 10, and then when you get to rank 10, you'll have a Water Elemental in your pocket. He did Brawl, but he sort of has to acknowledge that my Water Elementals are not going to be going away. I could have a Counterspell. Indeed, Counterspell would have got rid of his Brawl. I'm going to undertake into a big Mage Thalmos. I'm going to freeze him again. That weapon is no use. Hey, welcome back. Good to see you. This game, unlike last game, you can see just the difference. Now, okay, the decks are maybe a little different. But we've managed to get momentum, we've managed to get Duplicate working well for us. And Duplicate, it's such a dangerous card. Sylvanas, do we want to throw down a Sylvanas? What do you fix, reckon? Well, Frostbolt will let us remove that threat, no drama. Sylvanas is another Deathrattle. That's buffing our
I have no time for games.
Undertaker, which is great.
Oh, goody.
Okay, we filled up the table. If he has a second Brawl, then it's going to be nuts. Yeah, if the noises are a little bit louder, it's because I'm obviously using a laptop, because I'm on a lunch break out in the big wide world. So you will hear a little bit more of the feedbacks than you normally would. Okay, so the giants have gone down, but we're in a very nice strong table position. I sound like Jamie Oliver. I think that's bad. Is it? I sound Cockney. Wow, I've never heard that one before. I'll take it. Each to their own opinions. Right, I'm going to get a belcher down. Let's do this. Okay, I want to keep the freezing going, so if I'm going to be trading, then I want to be trading. Oh, okay, I've wasted some health. I should have really traded away that sheep with the mana one.
Let none survive.
I misplay. I was so flummoxed. Flummoxed by the assertion of Vico. Kill your Sylvanas. Ooh, yeah, okay. Now, interesting call there.
I will crush you. Greed.
What did I miss there? So if I'd killed the Sylvanas, what would I have stolen? Dark Scale Healer? Sorry, the combat keys moved on. Do let us know. Get hot. It'd be great to know. Have I got lethal? I've got 3, 5, 10, 14, 17. Plus a frostbolt.
Let none survive.
Well played. Yep, a really good call there. So if I had killed my own Sylvanas, then I could have stolen his giant rather than sort of controlling it in similar. So yeah, a really nice little combo. Good spot. Marshmallow Man. We were okay in the end, but who knows if the cards had gone differently. Maybe that would have been the difference. If I can cook, I could be like Jamie 2.0. If that meant I could stream full time, I'd take it. If learning to cook and having a Cockney accent meant I could stream as a full-time job, that would be awesome. I'd take the Cockney accent in stride. Right, we're playing a hunter, so we've got a secret, we've got a Kieran tool. I don't really need 2 Kieran tools. I don't mind the frostbolt. I am going to have a coin, so mirror entity will let me nick something if it is. And hey, 2 frostbolts along with a coin. That's actually a really nice start. Quite happy with that. So that is a real nice way for us to kick off with this deck, I think. I'm happy that I'm going to be able to control it. Now, if you have not been laddering, hey, these hunters are probably going to be everywhere. Let's see what version he's got. Death Spinner, grab a card. Could be nice, could be ugly. We just don't know. So I'm not going to be going too hasty. I don't mind not killing that for the time being. Cook and play. Cheers, Shotcat. Welcome, Fenny. Good to have you with us. Hope you're good. Cooking and playing. I like that. I like the combo. So turn 2. Well, I could coin into a real ugly Kieran Tool Mage. Let's do that. Someone did this against me and made me weep, so I'm going to try it and see how it goes. That means I can get a mirror entity. You just need to stream myself making breakfast, then play, then you cook lunch, then play. Yep, works good. I like it. Kill command goes down, and of course he's wiped out my early combo. So we're back to square one, but not too worried. I'm going to mad scientist so I can get to my secret train going, I think. Oh, I love it. Practical solutions for a modern world. Just win the lottery, win the lottery. You don't pay your rent, that's the fun part. Absolutely. Yeah, it would certainly add some spice to life. Oh, and I've mirror entitied a tiny haunted creeper. He's just continuing to attack to the face. Okay, I can't Sylvanas. There's no real need for me to counter spell. I think that we're going to start some trading. And be sure to knock this off the table, and knock that off the table, and knock this off the table. Now, of course, by killing that, I have thus given him a beast. We don't know what beast. It could be good, it could be bad. The lottery of the web spinner. Oh, and it's a stampede encodo. Come on, kill the scientist, kill the scientist. Yes, we like that. And it gives me duplicates. So I really need an ice elemental on the table right about now. Or do you know what, Sylvanas could also be hilarious. I'm going to freeze. I'm going to counter spell. Oh, actually. I'm actually going to reach out and do that. Fico suggesting, don't pay the rent and hide. Well, that would make certainly life very interesting and entertaining indeed. Your whole life would be a game. It would be. What happened with yesterday's arena, says Led? Well, yesterday we drafted a priest arena and we felt pain. I think that's the best way of summing it up. Right, so Sylvanas, if I drop Sylvanas, he'll just trade it away. Now, the nasty thing of Lurth there, block all of my options removed. So do I play Sylvanas and know that he'll probably just trade it away? Or do I do 1 damage and wait and see what happens? But when Sylvanas dies, I'll get 2 copies. I forgot that I had duplicates, so that is good. Sylvanas dies, 2 come up. So we went 0-2. Leave counter until you have full board. He will play dogs. Yes, very, very true. Good point, Marshmallow Man. We are, of course, from a hunter expecting an Unleash the Hounds. If we have a full board, then we definitely want to counterspell down because Unleash the Hounds will be the thing that makes or breaks things. Now, he doesn't know, of course, what secret I have. He's suspicious of a duplicate, but duplicate triggers, and suddenly 2 Sylvanas come into my hand. I'm just going to be playing Sylvanas all day long. And you know what? There's a really good reason. This only deck, I believe, only has 1 duplicate in, but it's such a temptation to try and sneak another one in because of how nasty it is. Right, what are we going to do against Simba? We could polymorph him, or we could Sylvanas to get table presence. What do you guys reckon? Polymorph or Sylvanas? What do you reckon? So he's got a Simba down, so if we steal that, that'd be great. He may try and, he'll probably hit me to the face. If I can find a way of killing it and stealing the Simba, that's great. Or I can just polymorph it, remove that from the equation, and then I don't know, I'm ice blocking or loot hoarding or something similar. Everyone's saying Sylvanas.
No time for games.
You say we obey. The Sylvanas train. Doot doot. Sylvanas train is coming to town, and everyone wants to get involved in a piece of the action. Oh, an IB Cowl, that's a nice play. And he can then actually just trade that off if he wants. I wouldn't be surprised if he did. But little does he know, we can just play another Sylvanas. So he's thinking in his head now, do I swap that Sylvanas down or not? Well, with that buff it, we'd probably go for the face, I'd imagine, get some damage in, and let me come to him. Yep, as expected. But we need to remove the threats. So now he's dropped that, I think that the poly now becomes more of an option. I will just poly it to remove the threat, and then see if we can chip some of this away. Or I can just, I think, Flame Strike. Am I feeling Flame Strike? I'm feeling Flame Strike. Ooh, you know when you think, I hope that's the right decision, and he doesn't drop a King Crush from that web spinner next game. Controversial play coming up. So I am low, I do have my Ice Block, I do have Counter Spell. He's not going to Unleash the Hounds just yet unless he's got a full hand of it, but I may well need that down. Strongform Tiger, nasty, that can always come out whenever Oasis Snapjaw goes down. He can of course look to Houndmaster and make that into a tank, so I need to be careful as to play order. I can't poly this, that is annoying. Ice Block feels like it's a nice solid option. If I don't want to fool the board, otherwise he's going to Unleash the Doge, so I need to take that into consideration. He may even Unleash the Hounds already, so having the counter spell in play I feel is necessary. I'm not going to drop a Sylvanas. Do I want an Ice Block? Decisions, decisions, decisions. If I fill the board, I'm baiting out the Unleash the Hounds if he has it. Risks.
I have no time for games.
That may have been Ice Block. I could lose this now. Should have done. Everyone in the chat saying block. Right, I'm moving my chat. He may have King Crush. That's a good point, well made. Right, the chat is there. I can see everything that you guys are saying now. We've taken the... We've done a YOLO play. We've taken the YOLO risk. we may pay the iron price. Eight out of 10. He is wondering in his head what that secret is. He's wondering. Is it going to succeed? Is it going to fail? Will we progress? Will we not? He will do the 5. He will. Okay, shows he doesn't know whether it's an ice block or not either.
Quickly.
Right, well, either way, we just need to drop ice block next turn. He's just gone for it. If he's got a kill command, he wins. Oh, time down. Okay, so ice block means we live to fight another day. Do we poly? I think we poly. We can resist and unleash the Doge. Hunter lives on. Do I do something nuts?
Let none survive.
With these 3, I can get a card in hand.
Mind if I roll knee?
Oh, play order failure. Should play the Undertaker first. I knew what I was trying to do. Right, so the option there, I could have not filled the board quite so much. It's really tempting out and unleash the hounds. I can survive one more turn. Kodo. Go on. Yes, that's exactly what I wanted. Can someone say, what does the Undertaker say when you attack with him? Buzzards? Hounds. Hounds. 2 buzzards. Oh, the suspense. I need to get rid of both those buzzards ideally, which I can do. Involves sacrificing the Undertaker, unless I play something with a Deathrattle first. I'll play the Belcher first. Oh no! So he's got rid of my counter spell. But if he knows now that he can unleash the hounds. This is a good game. Enjoying this. How is it going to work out? He's not removed. Right. I'm not going to do what I think the tank is a play.
Let none survive.
Mana Worm, Arcane, okay. Don't really want more minions down on the table, but I have to.
Oh, goody.
There's an option. Do I risk the additional hound, or do I intentionally sacrifice my own Undertaker? I'm going to intentionally sacrifice the Undertaker, because if he does unleash the hounds, then the additional hound could be the difference. Do you know what? The suspense is killing me, so I'm going to get a glass of water. Be back in a bit. Literally a couple of seconds.
I wonder.
Back! What have I missed? What's going on? Tell me, oh, what's happened? Why didn't I kill my own Sylvanas? Why didn't I kill the buzzard with my hero power? I sacrificed the buzzard because I was worried about Unleash the Hounds, is the honest answer. I don't know whether that was the right play or not. Let's work it out. Why didn't I kill my own Sylvanas? Okay, Sylvanas is gone. I've robbed the Kodo. Let's see. I need to catch up on this. So what's he done? Sheep is such belch. Arcane Intellect. I drew Sylvanas Buzzard. Undertaker Buzzard. Fire Blast. Deadly Shot killed Sylvanas, meaning I stole it. He's dropped a Simba. Ooh. Okay, let's work this out. I can remove. I think that the control play is really the way here. Let's go for the control play. I just need to hold on in. You see our Hunter's got 13, I've got 8. Yeah, I don't think I can quite... Oh, counterspell the explosive trap, useful. I can start attacking to the face now. Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. I've got Ice Block. KT will do a job. I need just to get damage on the table, don't I? Fast. Shall I risk it? What do you reckon? Let's risk it.
Servants, soldiers of the cold dark, obey the call.
Mind if I roll?
Let's risk it. If he unleashes the hounds, then I'm done. Ice Block will keep me one more turn. I need 17.
To my side.
He's only got an animal companion. 8, 11, 14. Stone Tusk Ball can charge in. He's not going to remove me. Okay, I can survive 2 more turns.
Excuse me.
I'll get a full health tank if I sacrifice against Leok, won't I? It doesn't actually matter because everything will come back to life anyway.
Bring out your dead.
YOLO. This is the definition of YOLO. Hi-yo. Oh, I filled my board. That was a mistake. Hang on.
Hey, give me that!
Have I just messed this up? Just face.
Hey, give me that!
Pray for mercy.
Yeah, I've won. That should be a win, right? Ice Block. Whoa, go team! Hey, wasn't that a game? Loving that. That was a load of fun. Oh my goodness, rank 17. The dizzy heights. Let's keep it coming.
Jaina versus Gul'dan.
Your souls shall be
Go team.
mine.
That was very much a team effort.
You asked
We got
for
there.
it.
Right, Warlock. What are we going to do for Warlock? No sleep till Brooklyn. Am I going to go for a full mulligan? Mulligans. We'll keep that duplicates. I'm going to throw it back. Swag. Swag running around. Imagine if he had Doge. I dread to think what would happen if the Doges were unleashed last game. Righty then. Is it a zoo? Is the Pope Catholic?
Put this apple on your
Oh, it's a zoo. What a surprise. Okay, well, I don't like knife jugglers. But better off ill. So I hope you, I mean, we run through this on Monday, but I hope you can sort of see a bit more now that we've been playing with it a while, just how much fun this deck is. I didn't, in the couple of games on Monday, quite get into it that deep. But looking at it now, you've just got so many options. It looks a little bit higgledy-piggledy in terms of sort of half death rattles, half secrets, but you can really pull out some huge plays with it, which is loads of fun, as you've been seeing. Oh, and we can just pull out a huge play right now. Is the Kirin Tor Mage the right one? I think so, because we can have a counter spell, not that there's a huge spell viable, but we can also get a body on the table that at least means we can remove the tank. You may go for a direct trade.
Shall not pass.
Okay, well we can start chipping away at his tanks now anyway. There we go. Counter spell keeps us on the table. So there's not a huge amount of spells that a Warlock Zoo is going to be throwing at us, but we will take them when we can have them. So Undertaker, do I accelerate in? No, decision. I could poly something here. There will be bigger and badder threats. Or I can accelerate and hope for a flame strike with Arcane. I'm going to go for... This is a real conservative play. Of course that sheep can still do some damage, but I don't want the tanks out of the way because that will open the board for me. Of course, with a Fireball, with an Undertaker, I can Arcane Intellect next turn. Now goes a Shattered Sun Cleric. The sheep is now going to remove my thing. Ooh, okay. Fireball, that can remove something. What something do I wish to remove? The Direwolf just keeps on causing the threats. Against my better judgment. Let's just try and keep them under control. So the Arcane at the moment wouldn't have fished us a Flame Strike, but it would have thinned out our deck a bit more. So when I take the table will make a difference, but it's whether he has something like a Doomguard, Leroy, take your pick. Nasty finisher, insert. Oh, an Argus, that's nasty. Meaning that next turn he's got 10, and we're very, very close to the end, the bitter end. I feel that he's probably going to be able to get 4 next turn. I don't know whether Sylvanas will give us the difference. I'm going to Arcane based off that. Could have dropped the Mana Worm, probably should have dropped the Mana Worm. Yeesh. Okay, this could be an end. So, this was quick done. How could we have played this different? Did not manage to keep the deck under control in the early game. Flame Strike is of course a turn 7 solution. If we would only be able to play Flame Strike now, and we're almost done and good. That additional Direwolf of House Stark, mirror entity, could have been useful earlier. 4, that's a good 11. There we go. No Brawl to save us now, no Flame Strike. I think that's a GG's. I don't have an ice block either. Next! This deck can do Zoo though, it can. You just need to get the right cards in the early game, but we still march onwards. Okay. Okie dokie, we've got a rogue. This should be quite nice if it's a miracle. If it's a tempo, we should be able to go toe to toe. Okay, so counter spell for rogue be good. I don't need an ice block this early. Okay, loot order. Let's throw it all back. Okay, we're going to have to head in about 15 or 20, so we can play a few more games of this. Really enjoying this deck, actually. We can jump into a final game of Heroes for you. Your choice. Okay, sorry for shaking it out there. I was thinking about whether to coin or not, and then realised, oh, I've got nothing to coin into. Alrighty then. Weapon down. Turn 2. I can coin into my scientists, or we can go for a combo of evil. Tear into a mage, into an ice block, and notice. Oh, the buffs. Every day I'm shuffling. Backstab. Okay, you guys can pick a hero. For Heroes of the Storming, hopefully it's a 20-minute game. SI7 agent comes in, 2 damage. Weapon, he can reach out to 1, rocking and rolling through. So, what is my 3 mana drop? Well, I've got Kel'Thuzad nice and early, that's good. I'm gonna just simply Mad Scientist. I'm gonna keep his table under control. I think he might be playing a Tempo Rogue. So we will see how that comes out.
I hope you like my invention.
Pick your hero, providing hopefully it's one that I've got.
Yeah, beat it.
That would be good. What's going on there? Okie dokie. So Fireball can do things. Arcane will get me card-wise ahead. I think just starting the trades is probably a plan here. But of course I can remove 2 minions and go for some heavier control. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the loot order. We'll get our secret out by sacrificing the Mad Scientist. I've got an ice block and a duplicate. Lovely. Not yet. Needed to eBay my cupboard. I do want to give Murky a go. I'd like to do little hero spotlights. Oh, we did a Zagara hero spotlight, by the way. That video finally went live, and it features none other than my wiser half, lending her lovely tones to come and to do a voiceover. So do check that out on YouTube if you've got the time. If you're new to Heroes of the Storm.
Protects me.
This is our time.
Deafest Ringleader. Ooh, okay, this is definitely tempo-y, control-y jazz. A Flame Strike would be quite nice. I'm not individually worried by any of those, but what I kind of want is table control. Sure. Options. The Water Elemental suddenly gets nasty, but he can remove that with other control-y cards. Loot Hoard is just going to be lots of different trading options to thin down the table. So as a result, I think I'll try those and see how it goes. Brightwing! Yeah, Brightwing's fun. I've not played support for a while and I need to do a quest with her. It's a her, right? Hi Flash, welcome. Hope you're good. We're taking a look at Fun's secret and death-rattling mage. Oh, the table is getting beyond our control. We need to slow things down. Maybe the ice would have been better. Okay, I can remove the big threats. For 4. Arcane. The tank will just certainly get removed, but it will certainly slow him down unless he's got a control card and swing straight through.
What to do?
Freeze control. Yeah, do some Brightwing. Okay, cool stuff. We will have a game with Brightwing after this. And then this evening, it's Wednesday, so it's Ladder Wednesday. Oh, we're going to be laddering more. We'll do some more of this evening then. Oh, where are all these charge cards coming from? Ice Block will keep us alive, but only for so long. I'm angry. I've had enough. Polymorph. It's getting to the stage where it's like, if I could just clear the table. And our opponent was like, if I can just damage him a little bit more. This is where Flame Strike would be good right about now. Flame Strike, where are you? The secret is Ice Block, so I can survive, but not forever. I'm gonna go fish. Kieran tore into a mirror entity, but I was looking for a Flame Strike.
None shall.
Flame strike, where forth art thou, flame strike. Leave me on 1.
The light protects
Well
me.
played.
Oh, and you can see with my plethora of cards, that is all good. Okay, so thank you for tuning in. We've been shuffling up, shuffling down. We're still at rank 18, but this deck has felt a bit more positive. It feels as though we've been moving forward and learning something as well, so well and good. If you're live, don't go away. We're going to be doing our Heroes of the Storm finisher, and we're going to be back this evening, 8 PM UK, for some more Hearthstone. But for this time being, thank you so much for tuning in. If you're on YouTube, calm